Hello, everybody. We're back again for a preview show. This is completely off the cuff. We just decided to throw it together. We enjoyed putting last night, well, the show that will be out on Monday together. So I dragged everybody together, and we're just going to do a very quick run through of UFC 300. We're going to start with from the prelim card. Aileen Perez faces off against Carol Rosa, or other way around according to Wikipedia. But go on, Austin. I guess, well, it's not a surprise, is it? But what do you want to say about Aileen Perez?
She has a tough matchup. Lazy had mentioned this before we started recording. It's Carajosa is good. She's good. But I believe Aileen Perez will be twerking to victory on the end of the fight. And I hope she gets a pretty easy decision. But I don't think she's going to get a finish, especially against a caliber opponent like Carajosa. I'm hoping for Perez, and I hope to see that victory dance afterwards.
Lazy?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, basically what Austin said, like I was pointing out prior to us starting the show, Hosa ain't no joke, man. She is not an easy matchup for Perez. Perez is no slouch though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she's on a 4-fight win streak. I want to say, been fucking sparking through the ladies. You know, not always the most dominant a finisher, but she is game in all scenarios and all situations. Hosa is just fucking tough, man. Tough as nails. Lays in those fucking leg kicks. She's got thundering leg kicks. I'm not sure if Perez has ever really dealt with anything like that, because if you recall back to the Carol Hosa fight against Irene Aldana, man, they were just fucking going at it. I want to go with Perez because it is Austin's girl in this scenario, and I do like the team that she rolls with. I like President Awesome, the Karate Combat Goat Shed crew, but I just think that Host is going to be a little bit too tough, and I think that she's going to pull out a decision victory.
Okay. As I said, this is very rushed, and I really haven't done any research on this card whatsoever. But it makes it pretty easy for me. Aileen Perez, Austin's pick, Argentinian, if I remember correctly. So Carol
Yes.
Hoser, yeah. So Carol Hoser for me. Yeah, I don't care how she gets it done. Probably a decision. It is just women's bantamweight, but yeah, I'll take Carol Hoser in that one.
Big shocker. Big shocker.
Peyton Talbot versus Ronnie Barcelos. He's of interest to the Just Feed Radio draft card, so we have to talk about him. Off you go, Lazy, if you want to say anything.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's pretty obvious which way I'm going to lean here, which way I have to lean. Barcelos ain't no joke, man. He's tough for an older guy. Uh, Long-time veteran, been in the game for a while, long while. Spent quite a many years in the UFC itself and had a fair amount of success, but he's just that. He's an older guy, and he's kind of a benchmark and a gatekeeper, if you want to call it that, for the bantamweight division. And I think that it's a test that Peyton Talbot is more than ready to pass. And I think that he's going to come in here, and he's most likely going to finish Ronnie Barcelos, probably within a round and a half. So give me Peyton Talbot by finish.
Not a surprise. Austin?
Well, I do not have Peyton Talbot on my fantasy draft. As a matter of fact, I have Aileen Perez, but that is a different story. I do think that Peyton Talbot has this fight. I think he is the younger, more dynamic, ready to show his capabilities against a hardened veteran in Ronnie Barcelos, apparently. Realistically, he came into this division too old, and he looked good until he stopped looking good. Faced some hard competition, and I think unfortunately that's going to continue with Peyton Talbot. I'll even go by finish in the third round.
Yeah, I find that hard to disagree with. Peyton Talbot, the man with the hole in his soul. I think that's what the black tattoo represents. I've seen a few of his fights. I know he's very good. Roddy Barcelos I know he's been around. I know he's getting on. So yeah, easy pick for me as well. Peyton Talbot. All right, kicking off the main card at middleweight, Kevin Holland versus Rainier Derrida. I did have a quick look at these two today. Derrida, obviously quite the jiu-jitsu specialist, getting on a bit in age. I think he's around 34 years old. Holland, kind of a relatively well-known name in the UFC, I guess you could say. Bounces up and down a bit. I think his last fight was a loss, but the one before that was a win. And then if you go back, it was 2 losses and 2 wins. And he runs that kind of theme. I think he's just about due for a win, to be honest. And as long as he doesn't decide to be silly and go down and play Derrida's game, he should be able to get this one done. So most likely a decision, I think, for Holland. Although if he can get a KO, fantastic for him. And I'll pass it over to whoever wants it, really.
Jesus Christ, this one's a weird one. I know Dave's got one in this one, and I believe it is Holland, right?
Yeah.
For that cause, I will go RDR, Rene Ritter. I don't know if I even said it half correctly, but
oh shit! Yeah.
the lesser Rockhold, as I would like to call him.
I've forgotten David Holland.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna pick the lesser Rockhold almost. It's gonna end up on the ground, and at some point, Rene Ritter is gonna submit him. That's how I see it. If he can't get knocked out, he'll get submitted. That's what's gonna happen.
Holland's only recent submission loss was to Khamzat Chimaev.
I have my doubts.
Yeah? I'm just throwing it out there. Lazy, where's your thinking on this one?
Austin kind of said it, man. This is a weird one. This is a very weird fight. Like, these are 2 weird dudes. Like, this is a Jed Mashu special right here. It's just gonna be it's gonna be goofy, and it's gonna be sloppy, and it's gonna look funny, and it's probably gonna be a lot of fun to watch. It's interesting because, like you said, Danger, like Holland hasn't been submitted since the Chimaev fight, and while that was several fights ago for him, like quite a few fights, because Holland fights all the fucking time, it really wasn't that long ago, years wise. So RDR is a major submission threat, man. He's as weird and awkward as he is on the feet. He's a fucking danger on the ground. This could go either way. I think ultimately, though, I can't bet on Dave getting any points in his pocket, so I'm going the other fucking way. Give me RDR here. I think he probably wins by decision. RDR.
Okay. Lightweight, Benil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. Austin, where are we going with this one?
Looking at this fight, it's interesting because Benny's been knocked out the last couple of fights he's been in. And unfortunately, I think this is it. It's like do or die now for him. He's got one last chance. If he can't get anything going, it's probably over for his career. It probably might have been already over for his career, especially if he's going against Moicano. Yeah, the smart bet is to pick Moicano on this one, but I gotta pick Benny. I have to believe he can beat him.
Ooh.
I gotta believe that he can win because, God damn it, of course, I'll go with Benny, and we'll see if this guy's got one more red in him.
Lazy?
Oh man, it's not a bad choice to go with Benny. That's not really a terrible pick. He certainly has a shot in this, but I think this is going to be kind of just a story of career trajectory and like momentum at this point, which is crazy to say because like these guys are the same age. They're they're virtually at the same point in their career. Very similar records, very a lot of things that kind of dovetail each other, and it feels like they're going in two completely opposite directions and two totally different paths. Like Moicano is very clearly on the up, and Dariush has been on a slide. Um, you know, 2 losses in a row via finish, like Austin mentioned. Not like they were too bad competition. I mean, it's to some of the fucking best guys in the game, clearly. Is Moicano of that ilk? I'm not necessarily sure, but can Benny bounce back? I think I gotta go with Moicano in this one. I just think that he's on too much of a hot streak. His career is rising, his popularity is rising. He's got the YouTube channel, he's got all this shit going on. So I think that Money Moicano keeps it going, keeps the train rolling, and we'll say a finish. Yeah. TKO.
Okie dokie. Yep. Benil Dariush, the man with grey hair that doesn't really help it. He always looks old, even when he wasn't. Hanoito Moicano, the money man.
I cannot afford to lose. Money Moicano, ladies and gentlemen.
Riding high, as Lazy's just said. There's nothing much that seems to be able to stop him right now. I think we're going to hear him talk about some Bitcoin or maybe some managing directors being assassinated in front of buildings. Tesla's blowing up in front of Trump Towers. Who the God knows with Moicano. But yeah, that's the man I'm picking for this fight. Not sure how I'll do it, but yeah, I'm picking Moicano. Most likely a finish. I do agree with Lazy there. And light heavyweight, Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill, or Jamal Hill, as we sometimes say. Go on, Lazy. You want to take this one away?
Yeah. Well, first off, I'd like to point out that Podium Baby put out the results of last year's futures predictions for the MK Discord, and I was one of many people who shockingly, at the start of 2024, had Jamal Hill selected for their light heavyweight champion. Don't know how that panned out, not very well.
It's funny. I didn't look at the result. I just saw that I'd won the entire thing. So
yeah.
7 out of 11 there, boys.
Yeah,
And
shout out DangerMouse. DangerMouse did win the futures selections. Yeah. Although I was the only person on the entire Discord to have selected Bilal Muhammad to be the welterweight champion at the end of 2024. Shout out to me for that.
To be honest.
But yeah, so Jamal Hill obviously did not have a good year last year in the cage or outside of the cage. Public opinion not very high on the fellow. Yuri Prochazka, on the other hand, did not have a very good year inside of the cage, but seems to always be a fan favorite and just kind of one of the people's go-tos for their favorite fighter. He is a fun guy. He's out there. He's a bit weird, obviously. Jamal Hill, a bit weird too in his own way. This is probably going to be another one, much like the RDR Kevin Holland fight. That's going to be very just awkward in the cage. It's going to look goofy. It's going to be sloppy. But it's probably going to be very hard hitting. I can't imagine this one going the distance. I'll tell you that. It's a tough call. It really is a tough call. Despite both these guys having been booped by Pereira at least once, if not multiple times, they're right in the title picture still. So this fight does have some pretty big implications. Shit, man.
I'm enjoying the suffering here.
Yeah, I was not prepared. I think that experience and the fact that he's coming off of losing to Pereira, I think Yuri Prochazka is going to really be looking to bounce back, and I think that maybe he's going to be coming out with even more fury than he usually does, which could lead him right into Jamal's hands to knock him out. Oh God, fuck it, give me Yuri. I'm gonna go.
Pick.
I'm gonna go with Yuri. Give me Yuri. Yuri by finish. Round 2.
Congratulations. I'm coming. I'm coming!
I'm not confident. I'm not confident whatsoever.
I feel the opposite, honestly.
Oh, well, I'll let you take it away then.
Yeah, this isn't even a real debate for me. This is just a matter of who has learned slightly more from their last couple of fights, and only Jamal Hill hasn't really fought, but Jury has fought and has not learned anything. If you remember his last two fights, Jury literally said, I don't care if I'm getting hit in the face. I am literally just going to walk through. And I believe I said this when he fought Alexander Rakic. He literally was like getting outclassed and then said, you know what? Fuck this. I don't care if I'm losing. I'm just going to fucking go at the guy regardless if he hits me. And he won. And he tried the same thing pretty much verbatim with Poton, and it actually did not work out. It actually worked out very poorly. and to Jamal Hill's credit, he's capable. I mean, he's not the smartest guy for sure, but he's definitely capable, and he's got heavy hands himself. I'm fairly certain Jerry has not learned his lesson, and I believe Jamal Hill is not someone to sleep on, especially with Jerry kind of believing that he is next in line regardless, but for what reason, I'm not sure. He's been knocked out twice by the man who is currently champion. Jamal Hill at a bare minimum, has not fought anybody else. He'll probably need another fight if he wants to get in, and I think Jamal Hill is going to finish this guy. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be against Jury, and he'll finish Jury. That's going to be shitty to see, but that's what's going to happen. And I'll take a first round knockout as well.
Oh,
Ooh, damn, that's
Yeah.
bold.
making me regret my pick, but I'm sticking with my guns. Because you are absolutely right. He's gonna lead with his fucking face.
Yeah, well, you'll notice I sat back on this one and waited to hear what you two both said. Yeah, I don't want Jamal Hill to win. I'd much rather Yuri Prohaska won. Jamal's antics with the entire I wasn't unconscious. My eyes weren't rolling back in my head. Can't really forgive him for that one very much. And then the entire stepping up to Alex in front of the cage and Alex throwing the guns at him. Oh, nice go. We can have a spar now. And then the entire, I don't want to. That'd be have to be for money. But it's a sparring session. You could have stepped in. So yeah, not difficult decision for me. I'll most likely pick Jamal Hill just because I think, as Austin said, he will learn something. Yuri he has that samurai mentality, but unfortunately, a lot of samurai died coming forwards too, and unfortunately, Yuri does not have the option of armor to wear when he's in the cage.
Damn it! Why did I pick Yuri? Fuck.
And
Legally binding.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going back on it. I'm riding with you. Me and Jed Mashu, we're going all the way with Yuri.
So the co-main event, surprisingly enough, it really is surprising. Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. This one should be a really, really good fight. There's a pair of great wrestlers going against each other. I think Umar is 18-0. I forget what Merab's record is. He's not unbeaten though, is he?
18 and
Nah,
4.
he's got a couple.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was pretty sure he'd been beaten before. Yeah, the Nurmagomedov clan with an O. It's the OV with an O. It's difficult to bet against Umar. I know he's on Austin's pick list, so I probably should let him go first on this one. Sorry, Austin. Excited about it to see. I am going a bit Yoda-ish there. Yeah, Umar Nurmagomedov for me. Probably a decision. I don't think he'll get the finish necessarily. Austin.
Yeah, because the truth of the matter is that the Magomedov clan has proven time and time again that they're good game planners and they make very, very good fighters. And realistically, Merab is a great fighter himself. He's very unlimited, but he's he's used to being the hammer. And unfortunately, on Saturday, he's going to be the nail. Umar is the younger, well-rounded, well-established contender, and he is deserving of this title shot. And on Saturday night, he'll get his hand raised. I think it's going to be a finish in the 4th round for Umar, and it will be competitive until that point, but it is going to be Umar.
And a lot of points on the draft if it all happens as you say.
Didn't even mention the draft. But yes.
You better mention the fucking draft, because as I mentioned previously, you got to shut up 90 points, I believe it is, brother. 90 points.
It's interesting you say that because you didn't even pick. You didn't pick him. You just kind of ignored it.
Yeah, because you have wait, no, it's not 90. What did I said it on Discord. But you have you have Merab, and then of course you have Eileen. Eileen can provide you with potential 35, and oh yeah, it is 90 because
It's 20 points for a title win defense.
yeah, because you could get up to 35 from Eileen, and you could get up to 55, I believe it was, from Umar. Yeah. Anyway,
Got
myself all distracted.
Yes.
Well, see, it's ultimately not going to matter though. That's the problem, because Umar is running into a machine, baby, a fucking machine, a literal
Warning, Longo fan incoming.
a half man, half cyborg who has unhuman-like cardio and will and drive and determination. Merab he's ungodly in the cage. He is going to shoot no less than 45 takedowns. And Umar is not going to know what the fuck is hitting him. He's seen wrestling in practice. He has rolled with some of the best in the world, but he has not seen the unorthodox nature that is the little whirling dervish that is Merab. This is a fired up Merab too. This is a highly emotional, a very off-kilter Merab who is upset that he is being forced into a fight before he should be, to accommodate the wishes and the wants of his opponent. What is this nonsense? Merab Dvalishvili is going to go in there, and he is going to not finish, but he is going to taunt and torture and hold down and suffocate and rub his hairy little body all over Umar for 5 solid rounds, and he's going to win a decision victory. Give me Merab.
I want this energy so bad on Fight Night.
I'm cracking up here. Okay, on to the main event then, I guess it is. And after that enthusiastic moment from Lazy, we have to go on to the main event at lightweight. Islam Makhachev, the current belt holder, rematches against Arman Tsarukyan. And as I stole his thunder somewhat on Umar, I'll pass this one straight over to Austin. Let myself take a little more time to recover from Lazy.
Yeah, man, this is a rematch, and the first fight was extremely competitive. Arman has been pretty much a hammer. You know, Arman hammer joke. Yeah, it should have been landed, but it was missed by me. His only loss was a controversial decision to Matthias Gamrot, and realistically, everyone would argue on Arman's half on that fight. But he has been vulnerable to some, fights where he was dropped against I think a Joaquin that he fought, and then he's just been. I have more questions about his abilities than I do about Islam's. We've seen Islam tested against twice Alexander Volkanovski and Dustin Poirier. And he took the belt off of Charles Oliveira. I mean, you can argue the semantics of why he had to fight the pound for pound number one at the time, Alexander Volkanovski. But realistically, he's tested against the elite of this division and against an elite in pound for pound of Volkanovski. And honestly, I see the fight being extremely similar. I don't think it's going to go to a finish, but I am going to take a decision, a very competitive decision for Islam. Father's plan, 2 for 2 on that night.
Lazy.
That was a good breakdown. That was a good breakdown.
Yeah, very good. Austin always gives good breakdown.
Yeah. I was listening to that, and I felt for a second like I was actually listening to a real podcast. Not that we aren't, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, man. A rematch, which is kind of a common thing, but this is a rematch that is warranted. This is a rematch that actually should be taking place. Clearly, Arman is the deserving number one contender. He has earned this fight. There's no debating that. And this is a tough situation for me because once again, I want to pick against Islam here because our guy DangerMouse has him in his draft team. I can't see Arman being able to pull this out. I can't see him having that extra gear and that oomph that he needs to be able to one up Islam in any realm of the fight. I think he's possibly maybe a slightly cleaner striker. I mean, the guy's got phenomenal kicks that he doesn't use very often, but he does have them. If you recall the axe kick that he threw, it was either in his last fight or the fight before that. The guy's got great dexterity in the legs. He can really whip those fucking kicks up there. So he's got good striking, but Islam has come leaps and bounds in that category as well. I mean, he has shown that he's not just a one-dimensional wrestler. He's a very multifaceted, well-rounded guy. Clearly, I mean, you don't get to the number one pound for pound spot in the world without that. But this is the first really, I guess you would say true tough test for him in defense of his title, if you exclude Charles. It's going to be a good fight, but I do think it's just going to be a long, tedious fight. Much like the fight before this, I think that this is probably destined to go to a decision. I could see one judge possibly having their scorecard for Arman, but I think that realistically, it's a pretty clear-cut decision win for Islam. Don't think there's really any way around that. So, congratulations, DangerMouse.
Yeah, obviously, I'm going for Islam Makhachev in this one. The current champion. He's already had 3 defenses. This one takes him above Khabib, makes him the best lightweight in the history of the UFC, and I do not think he will be denied on this one. I think it's going to be a tough competition. I think, as we said, it was a relatively tough fight the first time round. Both the guys have had a lot of chance to improve, but the difference is a lot of Islam's improvement has been as champion. We have again, it's the Nurmagomedov clan. I know he doesn't have that name, but he's part of the same clan. They will not be denied in this. Islam is going to take as many of these defenses as he wants to, and he said that he's considering he wants to move up a weight class to welterweight. He's also said if everyone saw the interview with DJ, that when he wants to retire, he's going to retire, but he still wants to keep going. I don't think there'll be any hesitation when he wants to retire. There won't be any thought in it, and he doesn't want to retire yet. He's going to get the win. I'm not sure if he's actually said that he's going to finish Arman or not in any of the pre-fight stuff. If he has, I wouldn't put it past him. But yeah, I'm confident that one way or the other, he's going to get the win. Not sure how and what the point spread will be. Could be a 48-47, could be 49-46. But yeah, Islam all the way for me. And that brings us to the end. Somehow.
Yep.
All right, that's it from us at Just Bleed Radio. I've been DangerMouse. He's been LazyBed.
Yes, I have.
He's been Austin.
Yes, sir.
Dave's been here, but he doesn't want to talk. And that's it from us. I hope you'll enjoy this little show as much as we did. Like and subscribe if you've got somehow, by some miracle, you've made it this far. And we'll be back with another show sometime very soon in the future. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Great job.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
oh,
I hope you all
destroyed.
lose, except for Islam.
I'm safe in that one.
This draft's already producing the best content we've ever made.
I know. God,
Oh,
you got the head start. I have to win both of these.
Yeah, they said.
Count me in, please, Dave. When you...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll finish what you're saying.
No,
I
just
just-
count me in.
I'm-
You want to?
Yeah, go
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm just having visions of Dave throwing fits at the moment in the background, overloaded with information. And it's up to Dave, really. He's the one who's offered to edit the damn thing.
You offered that today. You offered that. I swear.
You
I'm pretty
did.
sure I have
You
that
did say it.
That's true. Yeah, that's not a big issue. Yeah, I don't mind. It won't be as good an edit as Dave does, but I will offer to edit it. That's no problem. Dave doing his pull that up moment. Oh, lightweight.
You got him good. You got it good, Lacey.
This could be our most viewed episode yet.
Oh.
I just. This is good.
It's my pleasure. I was happy to do that. I don't even know where that came from. That wasn't rehearsed. That wasn't pre-written.
No, I want you to keep the same energy on fight night when he loses. So.
I was thinking midway through my rant, I was like, I'm going to predict a finish. And then by the end of it, I was like, nope, I'm going to predict a long decision. Because this is Merab we're talking about here.
That's fair.
Oh shit! I
That's
needed a moment to myself there. That was crazy, yeah, lazy. Literally in tears here.